Howdy, partner. 3 for 3.
How is it going, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of The Theme Park Guys. We are very excited to be here with all of you. This is technically episode number 2, but also kind of the third time that you're hearing from us. So
Yep.
we're just going to roll with episode number 2 because that's what it's going to say in the title. So we're just going to have to go with that from now on.
Yeah. Pilot doesn't count. That was our proof of concept.
Before we got signed.
Yep. By ourselves. We self-represented.
Anyways, just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you so much for listening and for caring what we have to say. So I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to say too, if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel because we want you to hear from us. So
Yep. And then you can hear when an episode gets posted and then taken down and then posted again and then taken down and then finally posted correctly.
yes. So let's jump into that a little bit.
Well, hold on. Teaser to the episode. What's the title?
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Right. I thought that's the thing you like to do.
Yeah, you had to give the tease and then we go into the tea.
Okay. So good one.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about a lot of things. We'll give you some life updates, talk about some news. There's a lot that we could talk about with news. We won't spend that much time on it. But also, we are going to have a fun episode today. Today we are going to be planning each other's theme park day. And now we know what a theme park is. So that's good.
Which there's some controversy behind what's a theme park, apparently. And I was... Something I didn't think of was lands as a subset of theme parks. And technically we kind of didn't ask the right question because Pixar Pier is a land within a theme park, not a theme park itself. There's a lot of meta there. I was very tunnel vision on theme park versus amusement park, but yes, technically it's a land in a theme park.
Yeah, a land is part of a theme park.
I still think it's amusement park-ish, but whatever.
The majority of the people said that even if it functioned as its own theme park, they said it would be a theme park because there's a theme to it. So,
I mean, it's still early. We haven't had it posted for too long, so I could have a comeback. If you're listening right now, go back to episode number 1 and I had to think about that. Go back to episode number 1 and comment that you support Hunter and his amusement park hypothesis.
False.
And then send Nick some cough drops because maybe by episode 7 the cough will be gone.
I can't control it. Jeez.
I swear there are 3 weeks between recording these episodes, so it's not like we just recorded them all in one night.
No, I've had this cough for over a month now. So yeah, good times. Anyways, it is what it is. I am who I am and I can't control it. Here I am.
That's great. Love you coughing all.
But yeah, whatever. Anyways, what ended up happening, and we know this just because we had a little bit of conversation before we started recording, we both narrowed it down to Walt Disney World, planning each other's Walt Disney World days, which if we were planning each other's ideal theme park days, Hunter's already off to the wrong start for me because I wouldn't be at Walt Disney World.
See, Walt Disney World, if you've ever followed along with either of us, probably Nick more so than me because, I'm just me. But Walt Disney World is our expertise. So I can put together a Walt Disney World itinerary in 15 minutes. In fact, it's what I did prior to recording this episode for Nick because I didn't have to. I'm
glad you spent that.
No. I spent at least 30 minutes on it. So,
sure.
Yeah. But no, it's a good itinerary. But I pride myself in being able to throw together a Walt Disney World itinerary. I've done it all kinds of different ways. So,
yeah, it makes sense. So we'll get into that. But first, how are you, Hunter?
I'm good. I think I hurt my neck today. Probably a pinched nerve. So I'm like, if you see my shoulders turn and my head turn with my shoulders, that's why. It's just all about turning 30 this year.
Yeah, it's a big one.
But
your body starts to change, that's for sure.
Yeah, but other than that, good. Bash has started to ask for his Once Upon a Time at Night to be Star Wars. So the only reference we have is A New Hope right now. So I tell little chunks of A New Hope to him, and he actually he started doing this thing where he tells the story with me. Like I'll tell a sentence and he'll tell a sentence. And we got through from the first opening scene of A New Hope all the way to Luke buying the droids, with him
Wow.
kind of like bouncing back and forth, telling me what happens next and all that kind of stuff.
He
So
loves it.
it's in his mind. He's thinking of it. So I'm going to keep him on.
Is that what you call like a bedtime story? Once upon a time.
Yeah, he gets a Once Upon a Time. Yeah. We
Oh,
get to
that's
read a
cute.
book and he gets a Once Upon a Time. So yeah,
I like it.
A New Hope is in his mind, especially it's funny because he's gotten into like finger guns and pow powing because of obviously the opening stormtrooper scene and stuff. And he starts off as Once Upon a Time with and then Darth Vader comes in with the stormtroopers and they pow everybody. I'm like, oh,
jeez.
okay. Yikers. That made an impression. So yeah, we're working through it, but yeah,
Nice.
good.
Well, that's cool. That sounds like fun. I like that you call it Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, he kind of did that. A lot of you learn, especially with a 4-year-old, most of the things you do are named by him.
Yeah.
Whether
Good.
yeah,
No, yeah, they create the rules.
Pretty much.
It's their world. We're just
they select the grandparents' names. They do all the above. So
Fun fact: Hunter's parents
Hmm.
have the same names as my parents, which is pretty wild. We didn't obviously know each other when, like, those names were being established.
yeah,
And so, yeah, my parents are Yaya and Pops, and so are Hunter's parents. And those are names
that's
that
wild.
are not very common either. So
Maybe they are super common.
I
Comment
don't think that they
below
are.
if you have a Yaya and a Pops.
a lot of people are going to ask if we are Greek because most Greek grandmothers
Yeah, Yaya.
are referred to as Yaya. But no, neither of us have any Greek blood in us. So
Nope.
my Yaya came from different ways, it came in different ways for both of us. I've heard the story about how those names were selected for your family, but yeah, it's cool.
Mhm.
Cool little
Where
fun
is your
fact.
family from? Where are you?
My
Where are your roots? Where's
You
your,
know.
where's your 23andMe? Cuba?
Like my mom, yeah, from Cuba, but before that from Spain.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
There's
really know
like-
mine. Maybe a little
You should do
English.
23andMe. I've done 23andMe. I'm 75% Spaniard.
I can't let them steal my data.
Oh dear.
I gotta stay off the map. Pretty soon I'll be getting vacation ads on Instagram. Go to Ireland to track
haven't
down your
gotten any.
family tree. Or like those little buy a plot of land to become a lord in Ireland. You ever see those? Yeah. They target you.
Oh jeez.
But yeah, I think a little English. Maybe a little I don't know. Slovakian. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're Slovakian.
That's cool. Oh, yeah. No, a lot of Spaniard for me, and then my dad's side of the family, English and from like England and Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was funny because my wife, Maddie's dad, was all about like he's Irish. Like we honeymooned in Ireland and their family also went and like did their own vacation. But he was all about like, oh, I'm going to Ireland. He got the hat. He was wearing it around. He was all like, I'm gonna go to a pub and talk to people. And then later on he found out that it was a mistake and he's like 0% Irish and it's Scottish instead.
no.
And it's like, oh, that's not good.
That's embarrassing.
Irish, Scottish, they don't get along very well. So yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're okay.
The history books would say otherwise.
Correct. Yeah, but
Currently,
we live
yes.
we
Yeah.
live in a different time now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, I'm not allowed to upload episodes onto YouTube. That's pretty much the
Yeah.
verdict.
Sorry for all of the chaos this week.
Well,
had.
First off, thank you, Nick, because Nick is the one that was tediously trying to upload the episode. Here I am just at work kind of checking my YouTube Studio app being like, oh, I wonder when the episode's going to go up. And then I tried to click on something and then all of a sudden it posted an incomplete episode. And then Nick sent me, he's like, episode's live, but it looks like it didn't upload all the way. And I went,
Well, I text you because I started getting comments on the episode and I was like, that shouldn't be happening. I got like notifications and I look and the episode's there and I was like, did you post the episode? And he's like, I don't know what I did.
and it was no, I don't think so. Maybe. Yeah. Probably I did.
Yeah.
That was my train of thought within about 4.5 seconds.
Well, here's a little peel behind the curtain for everybody. The episode itself from this past week, I spent, and I'm not exaggerating, probably like 11 and a half hours sitting at my computer
Mm.
downloading and uploading that thing. And so um, I was I was getting all kinds of issues with it, a lot of technical difficulties, which is very par for the course when you're starting a podcast. Like that's just like you're working out things and you're figuring out like what systems work and what systems don't. And I did a lot of downloading when I recorded with Tim, but we're using different programs, and so that changes things. And so you know we're figuring it out.
Start from
Hopefully,
scratch.
if you're listening to this, hopefully you're listening to it Monday morning at around 7 a.m. So
If you oh, that would be perfect. That's
yeah,
our goal.
that's the ideal situation. So, um, but yeah, thank you guys for just being patient with that one. We appreciate it. And yeah, it's just we're figuring it out, and but it created a little bit of a rocky start to the week. Okay, another peel behind the curtain. We're recording this on Tuesday evening, and I feel like it's already been an entire week. Like I feel like the last 2 days have been a complete week. I'm tired. I'm exhausted.
Hmm.
Francie and I were looking at each other today, like we were trying to help the boys with homework, and it was just going south very quickly. um,
What was the subject of the night? Or is it
so
always a little bit of everything?
no,
How
so
does homework work for 7, 8 year olds? I don't know.
So it looks very different because Ethan's in kindergarten, and homework for him, there's not much of it. If anything, he's just like practicing some of the stuff that he did during the day. Luke is starting to get like real homework now.
Multiplication.
Tonight, Luke, yeah, that's one. Tonight, Luke was working on. He had to write sort of like an essay, and they're having him like start with a hook, and then go with a topic sentence, and then go with like it's basically writing a large paragraph, but give like three topic sentences, sort of like structuring his writing, which is cool. I love to write, so it's like fun to get into that kind of stuff. So I was kind of helping Luke through that while Francie was helping Ethan with his homework. And here's real talk for a second. Um, Ethan is an amazing, incredible little boy, but Ethan is on the spectrum, and his processing looks very different. And sometimes when he's processing something, it takes like I don't even know really how to describe it, but it takes, let me tell you, it takes a lot of patience sometimes. Like a lot of patience on my end, a lot of patience on Francie's end, and a lot of patience like to show Ethan like and encourage him to be patient with himself as well. But it was just like we were asking him a question, and then he had like a book, and the book was asking him a question like I don't remember what the specific questions are. How many kids are in your class at school? And like he has a hard time sometimes like processing how to take like a complete sentence and put it onto paper.
Hmm.
And so we would say like we would talk through it, and we'd be like, well, how do you how do you answer that question? And so then he would say it, and we'd be like, okay, great, like write that. And then when he would go to write something down, he'd write something completely opposite of what we had literally just talked about. And so you're just like trying to go through that, and it really truly is like it's exhausting sometimes. I mean, parenting a child who is on the spectrum is a beautiful, incredible thing. But the reality is that sometimes it's just really hard, and it tests your patience, and it tests you in different ways that you didn't know that you could be tested. And so, yeah, it was a challenging evening getting to this point for sure. But he was good. What's cool is that Ethan has equipped himself and learned how to like the biggest thing that we can like try right now to help him and like help him learn how to like do is to self-regulate. And so when he gets emotional or gets upset because he's so frustrated, it was really cool because we watched him like go to the bathroom, like blow his nose, take a second, and then come back. And then when he came back, it was like all of a sudden everything was so much easier for him. And so we had a conversation about that, about how like when you get really upset or you get really frustrated, it's harder for your brain to like think clearly. And so, watching you take a second for yourself was really cool. And like, we were really proud of them for that. So it ended on a very good note, but it's just a journey. Parenting in general is a journey, but to all of the parents out there who have kiddos who are on the spectrum, like, they get it. And every kid is different, and every kid on this, that's why it's a spectrum. Every kid on the spectrum is different. So all of their needs look so different. But yeah, tonight was, it tested our patience in some ways. And that's just the reality of parenting. So, and yeah, I mean, like, it's not just in that situation with Ethan. Like, I think parenting in general has a way of testing your patience like you never knew it could. And you're just like, oh man, like, you just end up exhausted at the end of the day. So,
yep, we're starting an hour and a half late because we had some bedtime reloads here.
It's just real. That's just what life looks like. And, we're just going through it together. But what's cool is that we have each other to like encourage each other in those moments. So,
yeah,
you know what, Hunter? You're doing a good job.
Oh, thanks. So are you.
Thanks. But yeah, and if you're a parent who's listening to this and you just are exhausted, you're also doing a great job. But
they'll move out someday. Don't worry. What?
Anyways.
Sorry.
So life this weekend or this week has been good. There's still more things that will happen. Obviously, this is Tuesday. You're going to be hearing this 6 days from now. So no telling what life happened.
We're ahead of we're back on top of it. That's the most important part. And
I wanted to speak to what happened this past weekend because I talked about that on last week's episode with going to Mardi Gras and all that kind of stuff. We didn't end up on the floats. We totally missed it. I goofed and thought I knew what time the parade was starting. It started even earlier than what I thought. So we missed our chance to get onto the float, which was a bit of a bummer, but we did stay at Sapphire Falls at Universal, and I loved it so much. Sapphire Falls is such an incredible resort. So if you're ever like, I just want to speak to like Universal resorts in general. They are so, I feel like, underappreciated and also just like, people don't talk about how great they are enough. And
was that a Universal resort or was that like a Good Neighbor type? You said it was. No, it was on Lowe's Hotel, or
Lowe's is like in
the operator
with Universal. Okay. Yeah, so Lowe's, like most of the Universal hotels are Lowe's hotels.
Okay, which Lowe's is nice. There's a lot of Lowe's. Yeah. Like Lowe's, Live by Lowe's is in Arlington here by Rangers Ballpark and Cowboy Stadium, stuff like that.
Yeah, they're a great hotel brand, and Lowe's operates like a lot of the Universal property hotels, but they're not like Good Neighbor. They are like actual Universal hotels. Like we walked into the lobby and Shrek was meeting in the lobby, which was cool and exciting. Like, and it's like a 15-minute walk to City Walk. If you take like the garden walk, but they also have boats that will take you to City Walk. We walked it most of the time just because we were like, it wasn't bad. It was nice. The weather wasn't bad outside. And so we kind of just appreciated it.
What would you say for me and my Walt Disney World familiarity? Are we talking like boardwalk to Hollywood Studios? Or
yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's an intermediate resort, so it would be comparable to like moderate resorts on like the Disney resort spectrum.
Like a Port Orleans, is that a moderate technically?
Yeah, I would say it's a little nicer than most of the moderate resorts. I'd compare it to like Caribbean or Coronado Springs, maybe.
Is Pop and Art of Animation moderate? Or they technically value?
They're value. Okay. They're value resorts, but they're priced more expensive than All-Star because
top of the line value.
The Skyliner.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah, it was incredible. Huge thank you to Universal for having the fam out for that. That was great. So,
well, I did not get hosted at Universal. No. I was here in Texas. What did I do? Not a lot.
You had the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was fun. Not for everybody, but for me, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, neither of us wanted the Chiefs to win. We wanted the Eagles to win that game, and they did. And not only did they win, but they really just like, honestly, as a Bucs fan, it reminded me of when we played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and just totally shut them down. And I really think that the Eagles had a very similar strategy to what the Bucks, like how they approached the game.
Yeah.
Um, and the way that they did it, it worked
They just
because
executed a little bit better.
on both sides of the ball the entire time. So it was
Yeah.
cool. That was fun. I love like I love the Super Bowl. It's one of my favorite days of the year, not just for the game, but just for like the sport of it all, the celebration of it all. We had friends over, and cooked a bunch of food. Had typical like tons of game day food, like mini pigs in a blanket, meatballs, sliders, pizza. Like we had so much. We have four or five different types of
We
dip.
had tacos. I mean, it was pretty slim for us,
I feel
honestly.
like tacos can be a solid game day food too, though. But it was fun. We had people come over, and everybody had a good time. And
I'm
we
not a
played.
host. You'll hear Nick is obviously very much so a host. I'm more like I'll go to your house, hang out for a little bit, and then I'm gone. And my house is clean, and that's what I like.
Oh, Francie and I live to host.
I
We
like
love having people
I
over.
like always having the option of leaving the party at any time. Where if you're hosting, you're in it for
Yeah,
however
which I
long
don't
everyone
mind,
decides you're in it for, because
and
you
I'm
ain't
fine
kicking
with that.
anybody
For
out.
me, I'm like, just stay.
Yeah, that's where we're opposites. But
But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. Yeah, I enjoyed the game. Wasn't as entertaining as it could have been because it was a little bit of a blowout. The halftime show was entertaining to me. Thought it was good. And then the commercials were okay. I had some favorites. I think that I'm kind of
the
bummed that
cowboy hat people.
I loved the sloths. I thought that I chuckled. I
I
laughed
didn't
out
see
loud
the
at the
sloths.
sloths. Oh, it's funny. It
Missed
reminded
that
me of
one.
Zootopia. Um, and then Stitch was iconic. Like I think every '90s kid remembers when Lilo and Stitch like first started getting advertised, and he was like taking over the Beauty and the Beast scene. Stitch
That was
took
a thing.
over.
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm a late '90s kid, as
Yeah,
in
but you
'95,
would
mid '90s.
the middle, yeah, like directly in the middle.
I
You
don't
would have.
know. I don't
My
recall that
sister
though.
was born in '95, and Lilo and Stitch is one of her favorite Disney movies. I want to say Lilo and Stitch probably came out in like '98, '97, '98. So yeah, you would have been pretty young. Um, but anyway, so the Stitch commercial was pretty funny. Lilo and Stitch commercial was pretty funny. It'll be interesting to see what that movie's like at being live action. But that's a good segue into our news for the week. We don't know what that's going to sound like just yet.
It's gonna be that.
Um,
We can take that, we can synthesize it, and make it into something.
well, let's jump into it. Not a ton of major news since we talked the last time, but there was some news that broke today, starting with Epic Universe. So Universal hosted a media event, had a press event, and released all of their menus for all of the restaurants at Epic Universe. I like sent Hunter a bunch of my favorites. We don't have to go through every single one of these. I do think that one of the things sounds very interesting in Super Nintendo World. It's a 1 pound meatball with mozzarella cheese in mushroom marinara sauce, with a Bowser inspired puff pastry and a side of hot sauce. 1 pound meatball sounds pretty intense, but it's reminding me of Jollywood Nights and like the meatball that exists there, which is absolutely delicious. And so I'm fascinated to see like what that will look like. So,
Yeah. Pizza Rizzo
but
is top.
10 out of 10. And then in the Wizarding World, I don't remember the name of the restaurant that this is coming to, but the Wizarding World has a new crepe coming, and it's a butterbeer crepe. I think that this is going to be a very hot item. I think a lot of people are going to be running for this. It's a shortbread cookie butter Bavarian cream butterbeer cream. It's with shortbread cookie butter, Bavarian cream, butterbeer cream, strawberries, a butterbeer drizzle, and a butterbeer shortbread cookie. Um, I love it. I love that they're leaning into butterbeer there. The food that is coming to Dark Universe, it is very creepy looking. They've got like they have something called the ancient char siu pork. It's roasted pork belly with bloody roast pork dipping sauce. And when they say that,
or
It
what is it called?
looks.
Red 40. Looks like we got a lot of Red 40 in
I don't. Oh
Dark
dear.
Universe. It's not good for the crunchy parents, i.e., me.
But I think it just looks like, I don't know. It's very interesting. They've got like they have a dessert item called the labata cotta, obviously leaning into like a lobotomy because it's a vanilla panna cotta Greek yogurt brain with raspberry. So I don't know.
Yikes.
It's on brand for what Dark Universe is going to be, but that's like not my vibe. So like it I think a lot of people are going to be very excited. Like a lot of people that are like very that's their fandom of Dark Universe. They'll be pumped about this, but it's not working for me just yet. But I'm sure I'll taste it and I'm sure I'll love it. Yeah.
Yikers. I did have
I did
a
add one to this.
I did have a hand in the next one. So
Yeah, that's why
you
I
know, I
added
designed
it.
this one specifically. Hunter's garlic steak.
I literally only added that because you had
Oh,
your
really?
so
Oh,
yeah.
well, there you go.
So,
I got to get it.
yeah, for sure. Um, that's big news. This week you became
Oh, I
an
did.
annual pass holder at Universal. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
exciting.
Cool guy.
Hasn't
Cool
officially
guy
like
hooked me up.
activated just yet. You got to come down to Florida to
Now I don't have to buy a
officially
3-day
activate.
ticket to just get into Epic Universe, which
Correct.
in and of itself, that's wild that they're doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I know that they do like crazy things like Disney does when they open new attractions, and I guess this is like the first time in this era that we're seeing like, all right, what kind of shenanigans can go down if they open a new park, and it's the 3-day ticket with 1 day to get into the park, which is very
Well,
interesting.
a lot has changed since the 90s, you know, like theme park attendance obviously is very different than what it looked like in the 90s. So they have to do something to be strategic in order to like keep the guests happy, you
Yeah.
know, and also to like set realistic expectations for like what that's going to look like. So,
Mhm.
but
Before we get off the food, I did have one thing that came to mind as you're going through Dark Universe about just like the Epic Universe menu in total, like the Mario Burger, the Bowser Fireball Challenge, like all of the Super Nintendo World stuff from our trip that we went to LA and we went to Universal there and went to Super Mario World. The
yeah,
one thing that really grinds my gears about food at Super Nintendo World is everything has to have some iteration of mushroom and truffle, and I'm just over it. Like I just wanted a cheeseburger without mushrooms on it, but it's
I
like
will say that that's not the case for all of the food at Epic Universe, but it is a
in
theme.
Super
Well,
Nintendo World. Mario Burger with
specifically,
mushrooms, Bowser Fireball Challenge with mushroom marinara sauce. It's like, can we just take a minute on the mushrooms? I
well, I
get it.
think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you're at like Toadstool's Cafe.
Yep. It's literally a mushroom cafe, which is honestly the worst thing that I could imagine. Which didn't go so well for me when we did go to. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all
Universal.
grumpy.
There are reasons. There are
Your
reasons.
stomachs were not handling
My
it well.
my
My
body
stomach was
my
fine.
body was fighting me.
My stomach was fine. I will say,
And
that
we
the
waited
food,
forever in line for one of the worst attractions of all time.
it's not one of the worst attractions of all time. It was so fun.
What is it even called? I forgot what it is called. It's left my mind.
Is it Super Nintendo or no Mario Kart?
Yeah, the Mario Kart one. Not a fan. Not a fan of the Mario Kart attraction, which I'm sure one day we'll talk in depth.
We were yeah
when we
we'll
go to
get
Epic
into it,
Universe.
but we were all together. It was a group of four of us, and we all got split up because we did single rider, and I was the last one to go, and I got off the ride and was like, that was so much fun. And I like,
And
I
we
like
had been
joy,
talking about it for about 2
I had
minutes.
joy on my face and saw them huddled up in the gift shop and walked up and I was like, wasn't that so great? And they were all like, that was awful.
It
That was
was.
terrible. And I was just like,
I
downer immediately.
call me like maybe I wasn't educated properly, like going into the ride of what to do or how it actually works, but I had no idea what was happening, and I was like, "What are we doing here?"
I thought it was a great time. I mean, it's not the best ride I've ever been on by any means, but it's a good time.
Gave Men
It's
in
that
Black vibes. You're trying to like
Mario
spin
Kart.
the other people's car.
Yeah. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, I think is what it's called.
Hmm.
I did want to do a quick run through real fast. Since we're talking about Epic Universe, they released every single name of all the restaurants in Celestial Park. And I feel like you are really going to like Celestial Park because you're a big fan of like not having IP, and all of this area is original like concept. And so
But is
it's
it
fun.
based
They've
on
got
like Greek mythology, or like what are some of the names here? What are we
it's
talking?
very like I don't it's more so like
Stars and
around the
space.
cosmos. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. But also not. So you've got the Blue Dragon Pan Asian restaurant. It says take a culinary journey across Asia, step inside a bustling courtyard where it's always evening under the glow of a I don't know how to say that word. Ethereal lanterns.
Ethereal.
There you go.
I'm a
Appreciate
physicist.
you. We've got the Oak and Star Tavern, Pizza Moon, Meteor, Astropub, Plastered Owl Bar. That sounds interesting.
Plastered Albar.
Yeah. It says
Wow.
amazing ales are on tap in this whimsical bar named for a comical celestial owl. Don't know what that
This
means. That's going to be
place
interesting.
is going to be interesting. So is this a theme park or an amusement park? Celestial. What do we think?
Okay, well, it's a land, which we've already
Oh,
established is
yes,
part of the
yes.
theme park.
Yeah, we overlooked the actual like land thing. My bad.
You overlooked.
Yeah, I got lit up pretty quick on that one.
Frosty Moon, Comet Dogs. You can guess what that's going to be serving.
Huh.
Um,
Why didn't they just put a
but
Portillo's in there? I mean, come on.
Atlantic sounds awesome. It's an undersea adventure where everyone can enjoy exceptional seafood and steak while giant illuminated fish gracefully circle above you. Sounds amazing. It
It
sounds like the
sounds amazing.
seas.
Yeah, I
What?
don't know. I'm having trouble picturing it.
I just can't wait. I cannot wait for Celestial Park. I think it's going to be awesome. And there's so much food in just like that area. So it'll be interesting to see how that all comes to be. But anyways, a lot of excitement. Also, the day that we're recording this is 100 days until Epic Universe opens, which is also absolutely wild. Like the countdown is officially on. So
Yep.
other quick notes, Hero Minnie Mouse is on the bow of the Disney Destiny. They released a photo of it. Cute little Minnie Mouse looking like a superhero. She's got her superhero costume on. Obviously, like
So
the
Mickey Explorer, and then we've got Minnie Superhero. Is that kind of our
yeah,
two?
Minnie was like the
Or Minnie?
adventurer
Yeah.
for treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's going to be like a superhero on the Destiny. It's very like superhero themed. The Destiny is.
Okay.
And I'm excited. I can't wait to see that ship. Hopefully I'll get to go on it, maybe with work. TBD. So
All right.
Um, and then other quick notes: they announced a new show happening first season of The Force over at Disneyland, which runs from March 28th through May 11th. It's Shadows of Memory, a Skywalker saga. It's a projection show in Batuu, which fascinates me, and I think it'll be really cool. Actually, we got to see the fireworks show there last year, and they'll also be running that like on certain nights as well during Season of the Force. But they did that show really well. It's like mind blowing to know that like two different stories are being told, yeah, with one fireworks show in the park at the same time.
They
And I
should
think they do it
definitely,
really well.
yeah, utilize that a lot more.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what this is about. And then also Luke Skywalker is headed to Batuu in Disneyland for Season of the Force. So that's going to be pretty awesome as well.
I am
and then
scared
we
of
also
meeting face characters, though. So yeah. It's
yeah,
just so
we did Star Wars.
so
We
different.
did Star Wars night together last
Meet
year.
Anakin
There were a lot of
Skywalker.
things.
Hey, what did I say to Anakin? I forgot. Oh, I
don't
I,
know, but
I walked up to him and I was like, "My, you've grown," and he didn't think it was funny. Oh man, yeah. I thought he would get it. He looked at me funny, and I went, "Yeah, all right, never mind. See you later." Never meeting a face character ever again.
you just can't handle the rejection.
Yep.
Anyways, other quick note is Flower and Garden Festival. We just got a little bit of information about that. It's starting March 5th, runs through June 2nd. And they're going to be featuring a new topiary at the front of the park. It's going to be of Maui, Moana, Hei, and Pua. So that'll be fun. That'll be greeting guests as they walk into the park. And this is fun. So there's this new area between Journey into Imagination and like World Showcase. It's kind of sandwiched between two food booths, and that's been changing with
Is that like
every
that little
festival.
garden area?
Yeah,
Like ish.
so it's like there's like picnic tables and there's a covering, and
It's like it's turf.
yeah,
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 I know
yeah.
what you're talking about. Okay.
It's been changing for every festival, and for Flower and Garden it's going to be called the Play Along Bay Play Garden, presented by Smucker's Uncrustables. And it's actually paying homage to, it says, to one of our famous resort pools, which is pretty cool. Stormalong Bay at Beach Club and Yacht Club is my favorite pool, so it's cool that they're kind of like doing a little bit of a spin-off for one of these playgrounds.
We're at the point where Resort Pool now has lore.
Inspired, yeah.
Wow.
I want
Are
to
we going to
say
get an
that
attraction based off of Stormalong Bay one day?
that would be
wild.
sick. I would love that. But yeah, so it's going to be a nautically inspired playground, and then the food booths that are going to be on both sides are also going to be themed, and they're going to be called the Yacht Grub and Beach Grub, which is a play off of the Yacht Club and the Beach Club. I love that. I think it's really fun. Obviously, the Yacht Club and the Beach Club are not far from Epcot, and so I don't know. I think it's cool. I think they're incorporating the resorts into the park, and I think that's really fun. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. I'll be there opening day for work, and I'll report back on what that's like. So
All right.
it's going to be wild because I go to California in a couple of weeks for work, going out there for food and wine to kick that off. And I fly out and then fly home. And like the day after I get home, Flower and Garden starts. So it's going to be like
Food and wine to
back-to-back
Flower and
festivals.
Garden.
Yeah, but I'm excited. You're going to be joining me
I
in
will.
California
I will. You know what I'm most excited for? Is
to see me.
No, soaring over California. And yeah, I see you every week.
Okay, not in person.
But yes, soaring over California first, and then you. Yes, seeing you, that'd be great.
Okay,
But
whatever.
soaring over California, the best attraction ever made by anyone ever.
It is Hunter's favorite, which is a great segue into our main component, our theme of the episode. We thought it'd be fun. I thought it would be fun. Had this planned last week. If we could plan each other's day, like ideal day at Disney World, just to see how well we know one another, and if how well we know what's important to one another. Which I'm notoriously better at these things than Hunter.
What are you talking about? I am pretty good at this, and I think I made a very good and realistic itinerary here.
I'm excited to hear
yeah.
what you've come up with. I trust your ability to you know
I'm
my
a
favorite
planner.
things at Disney well. Yeah. So
Well, see, I started and then I said, I'm having trouble remembering some of these. So then I was like,
Great.
do I need to like try to stalk his Instagram and see what his favorite things are, or should I just go for it? And I kind of just went for it. If something like I just kind of scrolled around, and if I saw something, I was like, okay, there. And then as I was doing it, I settled into like, okay, yes, we have a theme and we're rolling with this. So I won't spoil it, and I'll let you go first, because after we're done with my day for you, you might like be over it and ready to end the episode.
I think we'll go back and forth. So
We're going back and forth. Okay.
yeah. So we've got like certain questions that we are answering, and it's going to start with the day, which will be, where are we waking up? Like, what resort are we waking up at to start our ideal theme park day? We're going to say Walt Disney World Day, because we know that we've
The prompt, let it be known, the prompt was theme park day. We both came up with Walt Disney World. I originally had the thought of doing like Tokyo Disney Sea or another park, but then I was like, I know Walt Disney World like the back of my hand, so I can come up with an idea.
I think
Whereas the other
international
ones, I would be planning off of like what I research online and not personal experience. So I feel like it wouldn't be as good of like a recommendation, but yeah.
I feel like you could have done Disneyland, because we have done Disneyland together.
There's nothing to do in Disneyland.
And ideally,
Just go to Pixar Pier for 7 hours and have a day. That's my day for you. Congratulations. Have fun in that amusement park, and we move on.
no.
Yeah.
Anyways, so resort that we're waking up at, I have you waking up at the boardwalk. If there's one thing that I know about Hunter, I don't think the boardwalk is maybe your favorite resort. I don't even know that you've actually even stayed at the boardwalk before.
A long time ago.
Yeah. But one thing that is important to Hunter when it comes to a resort stay is efficiency and location. Hunter does not want to be ideally at a moderate resort because there's a chance that he's going to be at the back of the moderate resort and then he'll have to rely on a bus.
Oh yeah.
The bus is going to take forever.
Those resorts are an absolute no-go for me. Like, and I never stayed at those resorts like growing up because we always just stayed at my grandparents' house anyways, but I did stay at one like I think it was like Port Orleans or I don't know which one it was. And then we get there and we check in. I'm like, "Okay, where's our room?" And they're like, "You got to take the bus." And I'm like, "Excuse me? I got to take the bus from here to my room?" And it's like,
why he would not stay at
oh,
a moderate resort. And then Hunter also would probably do a value. Probably
I'd
would do
rather
All
stay at
Stars.
All Star or Art of
Yeah,
Animation or
yeah.
something over a moderate resort where I have to take a
Correct.
bus to a bus. Or
Correct.
technically, the
I
bus
bet you.
picks you up from those multiple stops and takes you where you need to go. But it stops 3 times on.
I
Anyway.
personally don't mind a moderate resort. Coronado Springs is one of my favorite resorts on Disney property. But, anyways,
Yeah.
Hunter, I think for the day that I have planned for you, we're starting at Boardwalk. It really could have been Boardwalk, Beach Club, or Yacht Club.
Yeah.
You just stayed at Beach Club when you were here.
I do like Beach Club. The proximity
I
to the
think
Skyliner is pretty cool. And
Right.
honestly, I'd be Skylinering to studios over walking to studios
right.
most of the time.
So that's why I picked Boardwalk. Proximity to the Skyliner. It's not as close to Beach Club is to the Skyliner, but it's not that much further away.
Yeah.
And it's also close to Epcot. So
Okay.
you're starting at Boardwalk.
Okay.
Where am I starting?
I don't know why, but I've kind of just associated you with this resort in the last year, but you're staying at Dak Lodge.
Okay.
It just sounded
You
right.
have-
It sounded
You
right.
have this assumption that that's my favorite. but
Yes.
it's not. Do you know what my favorite is?
Probably like Grand Floridian or something.
No.
Contemporary. Polynesian. It's Polynesian. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get there. I knew Polynesian was your favorite. Obviously, that's why I guessed it third. So it is in my itinerary eventually for you. But yeah, I feel like every time I've talked to you and you're like, "Oh, we're staying on property," and you're like, "Oh, we're at Dak Lodge," and I'm just like,
I literally have
"Okay, I feel like you're there a lot."
stayed at Dak Lodge 3 times before.
But it was all like back to back to back.
Two times were back to back, and one of those times was with you. And I don't even know if you could count that as a stay because we were literally there
Just before the treasure, after
less than 6
after
hours.
a wedding.
Yeah.
Roll in at 3 a.m., leave at 8 a.m. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. But yeah, you're staying at
Yeah,
Dak Lodge. So
It's almost like we could have left the wedding earlier, but anyways.
efficiency isn't really a thing for you. You're kind of like an aesthetic guy. You want the quality time, which the Savannah walks, all that stuff. You can do at Dak Lodge. You can have great quality time there.
Okay.
I'll do.
I do
Let's
love- I
let's
love Dak
snake.
Lodge.
Let's do a snake here. So
Okay.
like we can kind of get a groove with each of us.
So what you should do now is where I'm having
Breakfast.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're having breakfast at your favorite breakfast place, also at Dak Lodge, Boma.
Okay. Yeah. I do love Boma.
I don't know if
a
it's
good-
your. I don't think it's your absolute favorite, but again,
No, but it's up there.
whenever
Yeah,
you
it's a
get
good-
breakfast, you're like, we're getting Boma. I feel like that's technically what usually happens. So
I love
yeah,
Boma breakfast.
Boma breakfast buffet close to the room. I made sure to get you a 10 a.m. reservation so you can sleep in because you're not a morning person. So you can kind of take it easy, maybe go for a little walk around the savannah, a little morning walk, see the animals as they're active and stuff in the morning, and just kind of take it easy. But yeah, you ain't rope dropping. Yeah, I know that about it for sure. Yeah.
Perfect. I like it.
All right.
You are getting an early start to the morning
Perfect.
with a brisk walk, and you're not wasting a lot of time with breakfast because you're
What
not
am I
a
getting?
huge.
What am I getting?
You're not a huge breakfast guy, but and again, efficiency. You're planning your park day. You wake up. You're ready to go. You don't need anybody holding you back. You don't need like service taking too long. You don't need the food taking too long. You just want to go.
You can catch me if I am at a breakfast reservation, like tapping my foot, just being like, "All right, I'm gonna get the check."
You're so excited for the day that's ahead of you. So
I do enjoy a breakfast reservation within a park, and
Right.
one that gets you in the park early. I do like that because I like
Yeah,
that walk in the park. I know.
because you're ready to like get to the park. Yeah,
Well, yeah, but
but
I also like
for
walking in the park like alone and like kind of that
right
private time,
early.
especially
Yeah,
early in the morning. Yeah, but yeah.
yeah. But I have you going first thing in the morning, but you're not going to a breakfast reservation. You're just going to go get a French baguette in France, and that's going to
No.
start your day quick and
Okay.
easy.
French baguette, just right off the bat. Start off with the gluten. Love
Yeah.
it. I may sub that out for a croissant. I do like me a croissant,
Okay,
but yeah, a baguette's
that's fine.
okay too. Do they have like
Some,
baguette breakfast sandwiches or something? Where they're like
I think
ham and
so.
egg or something, little baguette.
Yeah, maybe I was thinking croissant too in my mind,
All right.
and I just wrote baguette.
I've
But
I've
somewhere,
I have told
walk
you
up.
that I've bought a bag of 5 croissants before from there and like took them to our room at Beach Club before and just kind of used those all week. But yeah.
Yeah, I think something quick and something that like gets you started with the day at
Yeah.
Epcot.
The International Gateway is my favorite way to scan into a park. All parks.
There you go.
Better than
There you
Magic
go.
Kingdom Main Gate. It's a good way to start the day.
Better than Disneyland main gate.
Not better than Grand California and back entrance to Disney's California Adventure. I would say that's number 1, International Gateway number 2. But yeah, there ain't nothing like strolling in through Grand California and just being like, oh yeah, we're just right here. I can see my room and now I'm in the park.
Well, that's how you're starting with breakfast,
All right.
and then you're gonna go ride an attraction. You're gonna
Okay.
take your. You're gonna, relatively speaking, take your time in Epcot. You're gonna get some stuff done in Epcot, but you're gonna get your breakfast in France because it's not far from scanning into the park. But then you're gonna go to Soarin' and ride Soarin'. That's gonna be your first attraction of the day. But because we're allowed to make our own rules here, Soarin' over California came back for a
Hmm.
period of time at Walt Disney World. We're gonna say that this is during Food and Wine.
Perfect.
Food and Wine in California, you get Soarin' over California. We're going to say that they're going to implement that as well at the Walt Disney World Resort, and you'll get, you'll get Soarin' over California, and that's how you're starting your day with attractions.
Perfect.
We're
Perfect.
also planning on doing 6 attractions.
Yeah. So you can have me do Soaring Over California 6 times and that'll be good for me. But I will say minus a half point for the inefficiencies turning right to go to France and then doubling back on my path.
It's a small
score.
pivot, but
But for
and it
Soaring
will-
Over California, I will do it. I will do it.
Anyways, go ahead.
No, well, hold on. What'd you do? Did you do 1 or did you do 2?
I just did 1 attraction, and this is where our plans might start to differ because I have you doing 2 attractions before lunchtime.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so I'll do a turn here is what we'll call it.
Okay.
So you just had your breakfast, okay? You're gonna take a bus over to Animal Kingdom because there's, you're doing a 4-park day. I'll just tell you that right now. So it doesn't matter. I'm not saying like, oh, we're going to your favorite park. I'm saying you're going to all the parks. You're gonna do a little bit of everything.
What's my favorite park?
Yeah, Magic Kingdom, of course. I said that with full confidence.
Go ahead.
So you're going to start at Animal Kingdom. And you are a little slow in the mornings. You like to take your time. But I think I know you a little bit better. I think I need to get you a little kickstart for the day. You're going to go hop on Expedition Everest, start the day. You're just going to go straight into it. All right. It's something that you may not want to do, but it's something you need to do. And you'll get the adrenaline going. No caffeine for you today. No coffee, obviously. You're just going straight into Expedition Everest. Get that natural adrenaline, and you'll just feel great coming out. You'll have your near-death experience to start the day, and as long as you have a near-death experience to start your day, the rest of that day is just easy.
Great.
That's how I look at it. I try to give myself a near-death experience every morning.
All right.
I'm just kidding, I don't. But
This is gonna end up you just being like
no. But listen,
planner right now than actually like personalizing it for me.
no. And this is where the personalization comes in. Okay.
Okay.
I have some good touches. On your way out, I won't say where we're going because I'll stop my turn as we exit Animal Kingdom. You will stop by Adventurers Outpost to meet Mickey Mouse because you love that sort of thing. That's what I put in my notes here, literally because you love that sort of thing. So yeah, you'll meet Mickey Mouse.
That sounds
And
good. That's
and if I'm with you, I'll have to go with you to meet Mickey Mouse, no matter if I say I don't want to go. Yeah. So you will go meet Mickey Mouse, and then you will start heading towards the exit of Animal Kingdom. But before I take us to your next itinerary item on your itinerary, you can take over.
All right.
For me.
So attraction number 2 for you, since you're over at Soarin' over California, you're not going to leave that pavilion without doing Living with the Land, a nice little casual, quiet boat ride.
Very, very nice. My day's starting very calm. Soaring over California, a little Living with the Land.
Yeah.
All right. I like it.
Taking your time. And then,
I do like Living with the Land, though. It's it's a nostalgic attraction for me. So
yeah. So then you're going to walk back towards World Showcase, but you're going to actually start in Mexico. I'm not going to include this in lunch, but this is just kind of like part of the process. You'll probably grab a nice marg from Mexico.
All right.
And then just sort of take your time making your way around World Showcase, where you'll stop for lunch. Another quick bite, but food and wine is happening. So you're going to stop in Germany, and you're going to get a bratwurst on a pretzel roll, and you cannot not get the apple strudel because you're such a huge fan of like fruit and desserts.
I do like the apple strudel. I don't remember if the apple strudel had raisins in it.
It doesn't.
Okay, perfect. I love it.
You devoured it. So.
Yes. Oh, I had it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Because I have had like an apple dessert and been extremely disappointed when it like had raisins full of it.
No, this one you ate it very quickly.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and then the bratwurst on a pretzel bun, A+ any day of the week. I love it. So I'm happy so far.
Yeah, just taking your time now.
Having a good day.
Epcot. So that was attraction number 2 and lunch. And
okay.
Then I'll get into the next part.
Well, I can take you all the way to lunch here. So you obviously had a late start to your day, but you just went to Animal Kingdom, rode Expedition Everest, met Mickey Mouse. It was quick, right? You headed to the exit. You're going to hop on a bus, head on up to Magic Kingdom, your favorite park, where you are going to ride not one, but 2 attractions. The first, of course, in remembrance of your best pal, Hunter Hazen, you're going to ride Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, because I planned your day, and everybody needs to ride Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh in their day. Because I feel like this is a grounding attraction. Like this attraction, like just really tells you it's like, this is what it's all about, you know? And there's a lot of love and care in that attraction, and it's old, and it's got its squeaks, it's got its groans, but that's the old Disney character. And
is that like, are you comparing that to me? I've got a lot of love and a lot of care, but I'm old.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm not, that's not where I was going with that at all. But sure. See, you're drawing similarities already. So we'll go on this journey together on Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Last time I did Pooh. Are you envisioning us being together for this day?
No, you're by yourself. It's just a reminder of me. It's like if you like, I just imagine you pulling up your daily itinerary and going like, no, all right. I guess I'll do line number 7. But
I can't say that I would ever by myself go on Many Adventures of Winnie.
Why not?
Doesn't feel like an attraction that I'd wait in line by myself for. But
for context clues, I worked at Winnie the Pooh and Mad Tea Party, so that's why I have that joke. But I'm not making you go on Mad Tea Party because that would just be awful. Even I think that it just it's skippable. It's skippable. But after that, you're going to an attraction that I do know that you like. I hope, because in my mind I'm like, he likes that, and then after I wrote it down, I'm like, right. And then
I do have a favorite attraction at Magic Kingdom, but I don't know that you're going to guess that right now.
Shoot, I'm nervous. You're going to ride Tron.
Okay. I like Tron. It's not my favorite.
Dang it. Tiana's Bayou Adventure? Space Mountain.
No.
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain.
Dang gummit. Shoot. All right. I was on track with Tron. You've spoken highly of Tron.
I do. I enjoy Tron. Yeah, it's fun. Do I have a lightning lane for Tron? Because that's important.
Yeah, sure. You have all the lightning lanes. Whatever makes you happy, buddy. And then attraction number 3.5, you can go on Space Mountain too.
Okay, great.
And then on your way out, of the Magic Kingdom, you stop by the Town Square Theater to meet Mickey Mouse, because that's what you do.
Great. Meet Mickey on all four parts. I'm also fascinated too by like I'm interested to see where you end, like where I end the day, because in my mind I'd be ending at Magic
See,
Kingdom,
that's what you think for yourself, but I know I know you better
right. You know
than
me
you know
better than
yourself.
me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right,
I know
right.
that that's not what you need. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You need something
I need
different.
poo.
You need Pooh and Tron, not Space Mountain. But yeah,
So am I leaving Magic Kingdom now?
you're leaving Magic Kingdom now.
I did
Um,
Tron, Pooh, and met Mickey, and I'm leaving my
and
favorite part.
and Space Mountain. You can swap that out if you want. Yeah, then you're leaving your favorite park. So you had a nice 2 hours in your favorite park there. We'll say.
Great.
And now it's time for lunch. It is now probably two. I'd say probably 2 in the afternoon. Good time for a late lunch. You're gonna go on a. You're gonna ride the monorail. You're not gonna go on a leisurely stroll, because I think you would rather hop on the monorail. That would be a long stroll also, but you hop on the monorail, you head all the way around to get a Wayfinder burger from Wailulu Bar and Grill,
All right.
the Poly Island Tower.
Sounds good. I'm here for it.
Best
I-
burger on property, maybe.
I don't think it's better than the Steakhouse 71 burger.
Daggum it! I was looking at Steakhouse 71 burger and I was like, did he say that this was the best burger on property?
I literally
or did
just
someone
posted
else say
this
that?
in the Discord in the Happy
Ah,
Podcast on Discord.
Literally, Tron. Well, I did say Tiana's, but Tron, Tiana's, and Space Mountain were like A, B, C, and then the burger from Poly Island Tower and Steakhouse 71 were part 1, part 2.
I got to go to Island Tower yesterday for the first time. Now the food there is so good. It was
there you go.
absolutely delicious.
Yeah,
Like,
and you like,
yeah,
and Poly's your favorite resort, and I couldn't
Right.
have you not go there.
sure, yeah.
Obviously,
You knew that.
yes, that's why I had you go in there.
That's why you guessed Polly third when I
Yeah,
asked you. What
actually, you would probably, and I take back the monorail because you're a boat guy. You'd like to take the boat.
yeah, I'm
Yep.
down for the boat.
You'd
Yeah,
boat to
either one
Polly.
is fine. I love the monorail too.
You know, you'd take the monorail. That's
It'd be
that's
more
why we have editors. Yeah, you'd take the monorail. I'm taking the shotgun approach to this. You know, just a lot of little pellets, and some of them will hit.
See if it lands.
Some of them won't. But right now, you are sitting enjoying your Wayfinder burger from not Steakhouse 71 in the Poly Island Tower.
I'm fine with it. Poly Island Towers.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So
Vibe.
okay. You finished lunch.
Are you having fun so far? You having a nice day?
Yeah.
Good. I hope
Great
so.
time.
Is there anything that could have made it
Confused.
better?
Oh yeah. Several things.
Oh, okay.
What about you? What about you? Are you having fun?
Yeah, with my baguette, doubling back on my pat. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm having a nice time. I
So-
am gluten heavy, but happy.
Yeah, but that's what you do when you go to Disney. So.
Yeah, I just get rid of all dietary needs.
By the way, Hunter does not have a gluten allergy. He is
Well, it's been
sensitivity to gluten.
declared that I have a sensitivity by Nick, so I try to adhere. But yeah,
He eats gluten free at home because of his family's dietary needs, and that has developed a sensitivity to for him.
yeah, which is
But when he goes
which
to
is
the
wild
Disney,
because
he just
yeah, growing up I was garbage disposal. Disney parks didn't bother me, and then 2 years
Get older.
gluten free and getting close to 30. Now all of a sudden my body said, "Oh, gluten? I hardly know her." And here we are.
But you eat gluten a lot. You had In-N-Out tonight for dinner. So
Yeah, I didn't feel that great after, but it's okay.
well, there you go. Anyways,
Just getting old.
also I'm jealous. I wish I could get In-N-Out whenever I wanted.
Mm.
So after
What a burger's
Epcot,
better. It's just In-N-Out's a little faster.
you have had you've had your pretzel, you've like finished World Showcase, and by finish I mean you're going to exit now at International Gateway and hop on the Skyliner and take it over to Hollywood Studios. Not because Hollywood Studios is anywhere near your favorite park because it is far from that in its current state.
No. If you can
have
call
lot
it a
of
park.
issues with the storytelling. It's definitely a theme park. But anyways,
I don't know if we can do that anymore. It might not be a theme park, but now if you said the Skyliner is actually a magic time machine, which takes me back to 2007, and I go to Hollywood Studios or MGM Studios, I would be ecstatic.
I don't think we can go that far into it. But,
okay. Okay. Cool.
But anyway, so we're gonna go rapid fire now for attractions. You're just gonna knock out three attractions right now. As soon as you get into the park, you're going straight for Rock and Roller Coaster. You've had a lightning lane booked for you because you don't do that yourself. Someone has set this all up for you.
I personally, I do not know how to book lightning lanes, and I have an embargo. If I'm by myself, I refuse.
Yeah, so you're going to do Rock and Roller Coaster, and then you're going to do Tower of Terror. Also, you have a lightning lane for that as well.
Fantastic.
Because they're right next to each other. Might as well. And then you're going to make your way over to Toy Story Land, and you're going to do Toy Story Mania, which you also have a lightning lane for as well. So
where I have best this hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Not best of the day, because that'd be a little excessive.
Unrealistic, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. If you do that, who are you and what do you do?
I think a lot of people that do that were cast members that had a lot of practice on that thing. So.
At like the first ride of the day or something, and they know what they're doing. Okay.
I know someone who really can. You know him too. He can really do well on that attraction. So,
all right.
His name's Nick. So,
well, if any of you listening have ever gotten best of the day, let us know because I don't think you're real. I think they just set that, and nobody ever actually gets that score.
But yeah, so 3 attractions back to back.
Okay.
And I think those are some of your favorites at Hollywood Studios. So
yeah, I would agree. I like winning, but I lose a lot more than I win on Toy Story Mania. I will say that. I'm out of practice on that one, and it's very humbling for me. But I like the competition.
I was just trying to think of overall attractions at Hollywood Studios, and there's one more that I have for you at Studios for you to do, but I didn't think you were going to go on Slinky Dog by yourself or Alien Swirling Saucer.
You know what I would do though? I would go watch the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular.
I almost put that instead of Toy Story Mania.
Yeah.
I went with Toy Story Mania instead.
That's one where I can go inside of those walls and just pretend it's 2007.
When you walk out, it's going to be a different part.
Bring back Lights, Motors, Action. My goodness, it was the greatest thing ever made. Like, I'm just upset at this point.
I'll end it
You've made me sad by taking me to Hollywood Studios. Now my day.
I think you're having a good time. That's why we didn't go to Indiana Jones. So.
Oh, great! Yeah, because why would we need to do that? All right.
I'll end it there because after I'll your dinner location.
Yeah, which I will say this one thing about Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular is there was a chunk of time where it was really struggling. Like stuff wasn't working, the trapdoor wasn't working for the propeller strike. If you're familiar with the show, he wasn't dropping out of the ceiling. Certain elements just weren't working. If it's ever raining, that is the biggest letdown because they only do the first third of the show and then they say, okay, that's all, folks. See you later. And then you just want to cry. But they've really stepped it up, I think. One interesting thing, well, 2 interesting things. Bring back the volunteers. I think they need to do that. I love the volunteers. But another thing is they switched out all the swords for like wooden batons, which I thought was interesting.
Interesting.
Are the swords are just too... They were rubber swords, but I guess it's just I don't know.
I don't know if something happened like after
people didn't like a lot looking at swords. I don't know.
A lot of things changed after COVID too, so I don't know. Like maybe something happened there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I don't know. Yeah, a lot of stuff did change, but I feel like it's kind of gotten back to where it was. I went like the Jeep wouldn't work, flip over. Like there's a lot of like B mode elements of stuff that wasn't working, but it's turned itself around. I'll stop talking about Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular now. I didn't even get to do it on my favorite Disney itinerary, so it's whatever.
Anyway,
all right, are we back to me now?
Yes.
Okay. So you just finished your burger. And you know what? I even, as you sat down, I mobile ordered and delivered a Steakhouse 71 burger to you, just so you can have them side by side. So you had the Poly experience with your Steakhouse 71 burger
Comparison. Yeah.
Yeah. You did it. You filmed a reel and a comparison video live, and that's what you would do on your favorite day. That's what you love doing. Okay, so you're at Poly. You leave. Take the monorail to the TTC. Take the monorail to Epcot, where you.
The monorail to the TTC is problematic.
Why?
Because then you got to stop it.
Oh, no. You don't monorail to the TTC. Okay, fine. You're at Poly. You're already right there. You are at the tower, though, so you are the furthest away. But there is a way you can just walk right to the TTC from there. But
do you know how long of a walk it is from the tower to the Poly lobby?
Probably 15 minutes.
3 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. You walk to the TTC. You get on the Epcot. You got to check my voice. You get on the Epcot monorail. Okay. So we're at Epcot now. You walk in the front. You're not going International Gateway. You're going on another attraction. It's one of your favorites, I think.
There's nothing at Epcot that's my favorite.
No?
No, I don't love Epcot.
Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, maybe? You don't like it? Dang it.
It makes me nauseous. So does
no way. Okay, well, perfect. So I felt like you were lagging a little bit after that burger settled in your stomach. So you're going to Cosmic Rewind. I will give you the option to swap that out for Spaceship Earth.
Here, this will make it better. What song am I getting?
I don't think this will make it better. I think this will make it worse. Conga.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I just tossed one out there.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I knew that all along. Okay, and you get Conga specifically on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. You have a great time. You don't get nauseous because you wear a seasickness patch that I gave you as part of your itinerary before getting on the ride, 30 minutes before.
What an ideal day. Need a seasickness patch.
Yes. Yeah. It's one of those like sweatbands with like the little plastic ball that pushes pressure on your wrist. Yeah. So like it keeps you.
I wear those on the cruises.
Oh, there you go. So you understand, and you're happy to have it, and you have a great time. So, you just got to Epcot, and now it's time to leave. So we follow this up with a little stop at Communicore Hall to meet Mickey, because that's what you do. That is your third Mickey of the day, which is great.
Don't meet Mickey that much, people,
because you love meeting characters. And you're going to meet the same one over and over and over again. Okay.
I did this.
I met all the Mickeys.
We did. That was part of our challenge. We had to do e-ticket attraction, meet Mickey at all 4 parks.
Dang.
It's a fun time.
I'm pretty much planning out that day.
Pretty much.
Well.
Not an ideal day, but we'll take it.
Oh, well. Okay. So you leave Epcot. And you're heading on a nice sunset walk from Epcot International Gateway all the way to Hollywood Studios.
Sounds exhausting.
If you want to hop on a boat, there's an option. But I think you would love a nice stroll to,
sure, yeah.
Like maybe someone else is doing the same walk at the same time, and you meet someone and you talk to someone for like
that would happen for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably I would take the Skyliner instead of walk, but that's okay.
Oh shoot. Yeah. You take the Skyliner. Skyliner did not pop into my mind as I was thinking about that. For some reason I thought you needed a nice sunset Skyliner ride. That'd be fun. Yeah, I feel like Riviera is a nice view as the Riviera lights start to turn on as the sun starts to set, and that whole vibe. Okay. And then you arrive at the front of Hollywood Studios. Do you want me to go into this leg of the trip, or
how about you? Is dinner right now, or do you have attractions before?
We're getting close to dinner. To dinner. Yeah, that's kind of the next thing that you do.
You can do it. That's fine.
Okay.
Because then I'll get into yours.
Well, before heading to dinner, you have to make one stop at Red Carpet Dreams to meet Mickey, because this might be the last time you get to see him. But
sounds exhausting.
Worry not, because you will get a little bit more time with Mickey at Hollywood and Vine at your character dinner with Mickey.
so not ideal.
You go to Hollywood and Vine. It's a great
It's literally
dinner.
like it's like Children's Central.
Yeah,
I'm by
well,
myself.
yeah, it's fun, right? You meet Mickey.
I would enjoy watching the kids get to interact with the characters. That's true. Like seeing their faces and stuff. But like that's
Well, and
that's
your
my big
face,
dinner
Mickey will come out, and it'll be like Elf when Santa comes out, and you'll be like, Mickey, I haven't seen you all day.
except I have all day.
But if you see him 4 times, he is along on this journey with you.
This is the 5th time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
5 times.
I
So
really don't love meeting characters that much, but okay.
in my mind, I really thought you would
Because I
react differently
suggested
to
it
this.
once.
Yeah, that is true. Okay.
At Disneyland, where there's no wait. He's just standing right there.
Mickey Mouse. You're saying meeting Mickey Mouse at Disneyland on Main Street, USA with no wait is more of a special thing than meeting him at
Hollywood
Red Carpet
and Vine,
Dreams
yes.
in Hollywood and Vine?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you're enjoying your dinner at Hollywood and Vine. What you order there?
it's
I've got no clue. I've never been. I don't know what the menu's like, but I'm sure you'll find something that you enjoy. But Mickey's there. That's the important part.
Oh dear. Literally none of my favorite things so far are on
What are you talking about? No.
Polly, I guess.
Yeah, you went to Polly. This isn't your favorite things day. This isn't guess your buddy's favorite things.
It's your ideal day at Disney.
Yeah, and this is going to be a day you remember forever because it's stuff that you don't normally do, but you never knew you wanted to do.
Like Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. That's right.
All right. Well, you just wrapped up on Toy Story Mania and got the high score of the day. And you now have a reservation at your favorite restaurant on Disney property, Sci-Fi Dine-In.
All right.
You're going to have your meal, probably going to get a burger, some fries, and yeah, just relax and enjoy the very strange videos that play on the.
They do need to update those. I take that back. I don't know if they need to update.
It's fine
those
that
videos.
they're like old because they should be older for sure.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, they could do something different and it'd be fun.
Well, they have to keep it to a hour loop because they want to turn tables around. So it's not like they can play something longer and people stick around longer. But yeah, it's definitely like as you're getting your check, you start seeing the same stuff over again. You're like, okay, it's time to leave.
I'm done with this. Yeah.
You can only see the swamp monster 3 times in a row and be like, okay, I've been here too long. But no, I do. The Sci-Fi Dine-In is superb in terms of themed dining. Like, you're sitting in cars. The lighting, awesome.
And you haven't really eaten, like, you've had a lot of gluten, but you haven't eaten a ton all
Time
day.
for a
so
cheeseburger.
This is going to be your way to go for a burger. Yeah.
Cheeseburger, French fries, like it. Go with my brat and my pretzel bun and my
croissant. But it's real. Like you get lots of gluten when you're at Disney World. That's what you do.
Fun thing about me in a bonus for sci-fi is it's the inside outside trick, which is one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah.
If I ever like have an unlimited budget and build a house, I would build a giant room with like it feels like sci-fi where it's like outside but you're inside, but you feel like you're outside.
Yeah, you love it.
Yeah,
You could just
sit
there and soak it all in.
It's my favorite thing.
After you finish Sci-Fi Dine-In, you have a lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance, and every component of that attraction is working. So
even the turbo lasers.
The turbo lasers are working. They have fixed them at Walt Disney World.
Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, there's no B mode for Kylo Ren. Everything is functioning the way it's supposed to be for Rise of the Resistance. And then you're going to go have a drink at Oga's Cantina. I'd say probably a fuzzy tauntaun because that's typically what you go for. So, but you could switch it up.
I see. I did think I got the Yub Nub last time.
Oh, okay.
And the drinks are just really sweet there. So I think I would go back to a fuzzy tauntaun just for like the bit. Like,
yeah. But I think also just like, honestly, you don't even have to get an alcoholic beverage. I think you would just enjoy going over to Oga's as long as it's not super crowded and you don't have to like.
They don't give me a standing room table with 4 other people that I don't know.
I'd say you're at the bar. Yeah, you're at the bar as opposed to like at a table. And yeah, you don't even, it doesn't even have to have alcohol. I think you're just there for the vibes of Oga's.
There's nothing quite like going in and being seated at a 6-person table with 2 people, and there's 2 other groups of like 2 other twosomes with you that also don't know each other, and you're just like, all right.
I love it. I live for that, but we're different people.
No,
So
no, I don't live for that.
I'm just gonna
But
finish.
okay.
I'm gonna finish your day, and then you can finish my day.
Cool. Okay.
So you finish Rise. You went to Oga's. Most would think that you would want to go, which because I have a feeling I can see where my day is going on your side of things. Most would think that you'd want to go meet up with your best friend and watch Phantasmic together, but but Hunter doesn't do what he doesn't want to do, regardless of who's there. So he is.
You don't think I
skipping
want to do Phantasmic?
No, I don't think you do. I think you're
Yeah.
going to skip Phantasmic, unless we know for sure that a friend of ours who is in the show is performing, because then you would probably go watch Phantasmic. But I'm going to say you're going to skip it, and you're going to go back to Epcot for some fireworks, close the night at Epcot, and then walk back to Boardwalk. And because you haven't had enough gluten already, you're going to get a giant slice of pizza from the pizza window and sit
Yum.
on the boardwalk with some pizza before you go to bed.
I do love that. Pizza window pizza is nice.
It's good.
Very nice.
But yeah, so that's your day. You
Yep.
went to 2
Okay.
parks, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, got to eat at your favorite restaurant, got to ride some of your favorite attractions, and kind of took it easy. So
Well, that was a good day. That was a good day. You did all right. Did all right. Soaring over California, nice touch. We started hot.
you would actually go to Phantasmic?
Um,
Would you watch Epcot
I don't know.
fireworks
See, the thing
over
about
Phantasmic?
Phantasmic is it's so much work to get
Yeah.
into that show, to
think
sit
you'd
there
be
for half an hour before it starts, then it finally starts, and then you have to
So
leave.
you just
I think where you missed on one. I would definitely do an attraction as a park closes.
right, yeah, you
A
would hop
minute.
in line.
A minute before, I'd hop on Rock and Roller Coaster one more time or Tower of Terror
Right.
one more time, just so I can have that walk out of the park. But that's the thing about Phantasmic. Why I don't necessarily like it, because Phantasmic. Well, no, I'll take.
You
that
don't
back,
really get
'cause
that. You don't get that opportunity at Hollywood Studios. Here's
Not
where
as
we could
much.
pivot.
Oh,
You're closing
revision.
the park at Oga's, and you got the last reservation of the night. So you're at the back of the park, and so your
I'm
time
walking
at
out of
Oga's, which is
Galaxy's
about
Edge.
an hour, you're walking out, and it's an empty Galaxy's Edge.
Okay, that's nice.
There you go.
I like that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's finish off your day here. So you met Mickey Mouse at Red Carpet Dreams. It was like the first time y'all saw each other for the day. And then you had dinner. Where the heck did you have dinner? What was
Hollywood
this place called? Yeah, Hollywood and Vine. Where you meet Mickey. Character dinner
Location.
with Mickey Mouse. You're gonna do 2 more attractions because we've got time. Maybe, I don't know. You're gonna do Walt Disney Presents because Walt, obviously. Just go check out that replica multi-plane camera. Reminisce on what Walt would have been thinking as he sat at his school desk from elementary school.
Even if it's like a preview of the newest Disney movie.
Well, see, you leave.
Got it.
That's what I do. I walk in there, I look at the models, I look at the stuff, I look at all the stuff on the walls, and then
Got it.
Bob's your uncle.
I do love the displays in there. They're great.
Yeah,
Very nostalgic.
yeah. You go check out the displays, because that's pretty much the most Walt thing at Walt Disney World, honestly, in terms of like any memorabilia or anything. So yeah, you'd be doing that. And then you went to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway because you've seen Mickey all day and you got to do it one more time. It's a Mickey Mouse kind of day for you. And you love Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway a lot, right?
Sure.
Heck yeah.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, it's a great attraction.
Is that my last attraction?
Yep, that's the last attraction. Did you want to do something else in Hollywood Studios? Too bad.
My favorite ride
Slinky
in all
Dog?
of Walt Disney World is at Hollywood Studios.
Tower of Terror?
No,
Rock and Roller Coaster?
no.
Rise of the Resistance?
Yeah.
Rise of the Resistance. Yeah. Nah, it's not very Mickey Mouse, so I passed on that. And here's the thing, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is basically Rise of the Resistance, but Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah, totally. Same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't even
Yeah.
know me.
This is a great itinerary. I would make sure if I gave you this itinerary that the next item would not be revealed until you completed the previous item, because you would have just crumpled it up and threw it away.
Was that the end? I ended my day there.
No, well, that was the last attraction. And then here's the thing. I had a dilemma here. Didn't Fantasmic used to have two showtimes? Or
It sometimes still does, yeah.
so in the summer it will, maybe? Or no, not in the
Sometimes.
summer. In the winter when it's darker earlier. Let's just say Fantasmic has two showtimes for the sake of this. I looked and it showed it at 9:30, but we're gonna bump that up. We're gonna bump it up to the 8:30 showtime, and that's the one you do because you're gonna go with your Fantasmic merch and go watch Fantasmic, your favorite show, other than Magic Kingdom fireworks. And Mickey Mouse is in Fantasmic, so you got to see him one more time. You enjoy that.
Love Mickey that much.
You actually get to stick around after the show, kind of like Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular when the 5-year-old sticks around and gets to take a picture with Indy. You are there standing by yourself for an hour and a half after the show. Mickey Mouse himself comes out on a little canoe and comes and says hi to you. You take a selfie together, and then you start to head back to Animal Kingdom Lodge. But there is a twist. You had me go into the pizza window, and you had any post-park hangs was our prompt on our show notes here. So you do have a post-park hang, quotation marks, and you are signed up for your own Starlight Safari at Animal Kingdom Lodge before you turn in, because you're a night owl. You'd love to be starting an activity at 10 p.m. I can think of nothing more sickening personally for me than actually starting something at 10 p.m. But
Starting something at 10 p.m. after 4 park day though might not be the most ideal
you Starlight Safari. You're still full of energy. Yeah. But you do a Starlight Safari before heading back to your room, which is also at Animal Kingdom Lodge, so you're there already. You're
Right.
Don't have to go very far.
Right.
And yeah, that was it.
Wow. Sounds like a day.
Yeah. So again, the prompt was my ideal day for you. That was the prompt, right?
No.
No, it wasn't. It was your ideal.
We were guessing what. Yeah.
Guessing. Oh, this was a guessing game.
Not guessing. We were planning each other's ideal day off of what we anticipated the
know
other
about
person
each
would
other.
want.
Yeah. Well, we had the pilot where we kind of got to know each other a little bit. Then we did what is a theme park, so we covered what we're going to be covering, and now everybody has seen, how much I know about you.
This is what Nick and Hunter look like, folks.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, there are some components and elements in there that are good, for sure.
I basically based
But my ideal day would look nothing like that.
I based this entire Disney itinerary off of that one time we were at Disneyland and you got mad at me because I said I didn't want to go see Mickey Mouse. So
Because we were walking.
That's where everything happened.
He's off to the right. There's like no line for him. I was like, oh, it's Mickey. And Mickey at Disneyland on Main Street, iconic. I was like, let's go meet him. And he was like, ugh. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, never mind.
And then I was like, no, come on. Okay, let's go. And you're like, no,
let's go do it. He says with like this attitude of like, okay, I guess I'll do it. And like, I'm the type of person where if someone like they show disdain for what I have expressed that I want to do, I'm not going to go do it. I'm not going to force them into position of being like, ugh, this sucks. Why are we?
You weren't forcing me. I was telling you we should definitely go do that. I was super excited.
Yeah, exactly. So stoked. Yeah, literally, you planned my whole day around that moment. I don't like
Yeah,
beat Mickey it regularly.
that's what popped into my head as I was planning this. Yeah,
That's
so
fun. You had a theme. I appreciate a good theme.
I had a theme. Yeah, and that's a pretty memorable day, if I do say so myself.
It's something.
Did you have me
Anyways,
go to Animal Kingdom, my favorite park?
I didn't know, and I thought about that, but
Wow, I'm
I
sad.
didn't want to put 3 parks into the day. So,
Well, I put four for you, so and a resort.
yeah,
Golly.
multiple.
And I started you
Anyways,
late too. I started you at. I mean,
yeah,
you
I don't know
had
how I'm getting all
breakfast.
of this
You
done.
had breakfast at 10 a.m. You ain't getting to the park till at least 11:30.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that's happening. I'm
All
riding
right,
like 4E taking a drive.
we'll bump that breakfast up to 7.
This is a terrible day. All right.
Oh
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That
Who?
definitely.
Yeah. Which day would you rather? Which itinerary would you rather have? Would you rather have the itinerary that I planned for Nick or the
Yeah.
itinerary that Nick planned for Hunter?
See, I wanted to ask that question. Like that was the question that I was anticipating asking people, but I was kind of hoping that my day looked more like something that I actually wanted to do, not
This is
just like.
something you'd want to do. This is a great itinerary.
So whatever, if people pick the day that you plan, just know that that's like not an accurate depiction of what I would want in a theme
But it
park.
says the day that I planned was better.
Okay. Whatever
Oh
helps you sleep
man.
at night.
I don't know. It's not a winner or loser kind of thing, but it is
No,
what it
it's
is.
not. But yeah, I'm interested. Like, who are you more like in that scenario? But I feel like I can't even ask that question because like the day that was planned for me is not like what I would want. So,
Yeah.
but anyways,
Yeah.
you did great, buddy.
I know I did. I planned a good day for you. I'm happy with it.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. A few misses. Tron, Spaceship, Space Mountain,
Rise of the Resistance.
Rise of Resistance, Mickey. Yeah, I know. But
The Hollywood and Vine. That's a myth.
that was on theme. That was on theme. That was there for a
Anyways,
reason.
thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you all. Stay tuned for next week. Who knows what shenanigans we'll get into.
Yeah.
And yeah, comment. Let us know what day are you rolling with. I won't be offended if you don't pick the day that I planned. If you want to go for the 4 park chaos, by all means, go for
Well,
it.
I won't be
Because
offended either.
I'd rather you than me.
And whoever gets the most votes has to do that day.
Yeah, what a terrible thing for you to have to do. The difference
Yeah.
is that you would actually enjoy your day.
You would enjoy you're saying you wouldn't enjoy your day now? I'm
I
sad.
wouldn't. I mean,
Oh.
I would enjoy it. I enjoy. I enjoy.
We
the
have
fun
2.5
that
minutes
makes
till we
this
get to an hour and a half, so I'm just stretching this out a little bit. I want
We gotta go.
I want to
No.
hit that hour 30. No, come on, let's
too
talk.
long.
Let's talk for a long time. We can start a
gotta
new
go. We got
topic.
things to do, people to see, children to take care of.
We got nobody.
Thank
to
you
see.
guys.
We're going to
for
bed.
listening. I gotta go
Uh,
finish the movie that I started before we started recording.
That's absurd, but okay. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.